Hello, YouTube. So, my brother gave me an aux cord because I'm too poor to go buy my own, like 10-foot one, whatever. Gave me this small one. I cut it in half. We have all these wires here. I'm trying to extend it. Well, be the obvious guess that one of these is the right speaker. What's it called? RCA. One of them is the left. And this must be a ground type thing. Well, I don't have that much to work with. I got some extra speaker wire and then this pretty strong copper for my ground I'm going to be using. And then I have some heat shrink. This is going to be kind of confusing, and I hope it actually works out. We're going to find out at the end of this video when I actually show you guys playing my car. So I'm just going to go like off of common sense. I'm going to say red is power, gray is ground. So I know that striped one is ground, solid is power. So I'll start off with, I'm going to get all these tips of the wires off and I'll be back. So I'm actually doing some really risky business because if I splice any of this ground into the power connector, that will probably mess something up. So be really careful. I got a solid to a solid over here. I feel like I should strip it more. I should have really gave myself a lot more to work with, but it's okay. Yeah, it's the best insulated you can get. Now I will twist them together. Can't believe I'm actually extending a auxiliary cord right now. Twist it until really I can't no more. I gotta make sure these are some good connections. This is gonna be my auxiliary cord. And also, do not get any of those loose strands in there, which I'm doing a good job at. Okay, I'll start off with splicing them all, and then I'll just put a little piece of heat shrink over it. Boom. Well, a proper splice would be going down. Yeah, let me just put a piece of heat shrink over, and then I'll finish it up after I have everything connected. We also have to do this side for the power, quote unquote, slash either right or left RCA connector. I think the most difficult part is going to be this loose strands of wire, getting that, because I mean you have to have a ground to everything. There's power going through it. Oh man. Yeah, you really have to be very neat. Make sure don't get a single one in there. I can mess everything up. You know, to be honest, I wouldn't see why this wouldn't work besides putting one of these loose strands in there. Let me go in to try it and then it doesn't work. You know, and if I was what's it called? If I was patient enough, I'd rip it all back open and try to get every single loose strand out. But so small and tedious, this is a one-time go. If I fail, then I'll go spend $12 on an aux cord. Put a little piece of heat shrink over it. Okay, now we're gonna finish up these connections since we have them. Take that back off. So I'm going to fold it down. And you know what? I'm not very smart. I should have the heat shrink on before. I'll be back. Okay, so we are back here with these heat shrinks on before I actually splice the wire, so I can actually slip it on there when I'm done. Okay, so these are the first connections completed. This is my favorite part. Take a heat gun, start running around it, and it will just shrink up and hug it like a blanket. Put it on the floor because that thing is hot. Yeah. Looks good. I have to do this one. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it looks like a good connection. Shove it all the way on there. Grab my heat gun. Looks good. Okay, now we're going to get prepared for the left signal wire. Okay, got everything ready. I'm going to now start splicing these left signal wires together. And after that will be the ground. I'm going to put it all together and go see if it works. Which I'm really hoping it does. This would be cool. And just goes to show how much of a electricity geek I am. Going and extending an auxiliary cord. Have you seen anyone do that before? Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more loose. It's kind of tedious, if you ask me, but once you get it done, it looks very nice and neat. What am I doing? Hold on, guys. Always put on that heat shrink before. Slip it on there. Now start splicing this together. Twist it, twist it, twist it. Still making sure that I do not have any of these ground wires in my signal wire. We don't want that. Okay, go ahead and fold it down. Slip my heat shrink over. Go to the other side. Okay, we have a bunch of extra wire on this speaker wire. This is just literally speaker wire that I found laying. I'm like, it'll work, because it will work. Ow. And another thing, so you see me burning this off. Another important thing to note is I need to use all of that wire that I have stripped, because if I splice it all the way here at the top, you see it leaves that opening, and I'm going to twist it tight, and there's still going to be loose copper for other copper to touch. And that's also why I'm using this heat shrink. But when you're first twisting it together, make sure that everything's put together, It's my motto goes by twist until you can't twist no more. And a lot of people probably say that because it's true. You want to twist until you can't twist no more. Electric tape would work too for insulating it, or really tape, any kind of material that doesn't conduct, and you can wrap around this wire. But I'm using heat shrink right now because I also have some of that laying around. And well, this is an aux cord, so I was like, well, I might as well make it look tough and like it actually will work. And I'm going to show that it works too. It's not just going to look like it works. Having this final one go on, and you know, I forget to put the heat shrink on every single time. It's kind of getting annoying. Let me be back. Okay, got it on. Twisting it back together. Doo-doo-doo. Fold it down. Slip that over there. Oh dang, it looks like I need a little bit longer of a piece. Oh no. I'll just wrap that final part up in tape. Okay. Blast it. Oh wow, my shirt got really warm. Don't point that thing at yourself. Looks pretty good. And all we have left is this little ground strand right here. When I cut this open, there was a red wire and a white wire. And this just extra strand. And I looked it up and it said the extra strand is just a ground. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. Even though it's a signal wire, I mean, is it really going to be needing grounded? It's going to my phone, to the head unit, everything. I don't know. Let's get this second piece of heat shrink on. Shove that thing on there. Blast it! Whew. My shirt's starting to smell like chemicals. Okay. Actually, could need a little bit longer. Just okie dokie. Now, as we see here, we have our RCA cable, and it looks like it's extended. Let's get this ground going right here, right now. I have this extra wire right here I'm going to use. Now, is it probably way too long? Yes, it is. But that, you know what? I will cut it down the size and just throw this extra stuff away. Let me cut it down the size. About right the end off of here. Because you still want extra wire. Burn it, burn it, burn it. Yeah, I would be using wire crimpers. I can't find them right now. And a lighter works just as well, so I'm using a lighter. Well, not just as well. It's less convenient. You gotta breathe in stuff. Okay. That can get tossed. Close enough. Yeah, and why I was saying this is probably going to be the hardest, because this ground wire is like so weak, and this stuff is so freaking strong. I totally have the wrong kind of wire. But it will work if I can get it put together. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just open these up, put that in the middle, and then twist these two around that. That's how I deal with that. Make sure that's in the middle. And I'm just gonna... Oh, well, this is looking a lot crappier than it should be. Hold on. Put it in there. Start twisting it. Boom, just like that. Ooh. You know what? It seems like if I can get a good tight twist, it'll actually hold all that in there. And of course, I don't have a piece of heat shrink. That doesn't surprise me. But it's okay. Let me go get some really quick. I ran out anyways. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use this bigger piece because I don't really care. I'm not taking that apart. That's kind of hard. It seems like to be put together. The other one, I'll use another smaller one. Hopefully this will just wrap around it though. And before I do too, I have to make everything look. Okay, this is the RCA cable, and this is the cord. I should use this stuff to put it all back into one cord. Now it looks like this RCA cable, but there's really two different wires and then a ground. Have that right here. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, this is gonna be real fun. Hold on. Maybe I should just stop being lazy. Or maybe I shouldn't. Here we go. Yeah, this big heat shrink isn't seeming like it's hugging. You know what? With these last parts, actually, I think it's stuck on there already. I put heat to it, so let's let that cool off and just start on the other side. I will cut off a piece of my head. Take this end, slip it on there, even though it barely does, like, wow. What the heck? I don't have any other sizes. I either got too small or too big. I'll tape it. I'll just tape it over. Let's get it. Grab these two. Open these bristles or whatever you'd call them, strands or cotton. You know what? Let me just get back to you when I have this one put together. You've seen me struggle on the other one. I don't think you need to see me struggle on this one. Okay, guys. This is our aux cord. We have the two different ends right here, and it's all connected throughout here, which gives us much of an extend compared to first one, which would just be like that. So let's take it to the car and see if it works. Okay, so I got y'all in the car. Now, I don't know a good way to be able to show you this. I'm just going to be putting my aux cord into my head unit. So I'm just going to pull it on out. And there's an aux port right in the back. Plug that in. Where's the other end of my aux cord? Right here. I'm actually here. I'm going to lead it up here because that's what I want. Hold on. I got Sir aux cord. Plug it on in. Put it back in there. Now I'm going to plug the other end. It's a good thing it doesn't need to be that long. You know, this is literally just going to be for showcasing my stuff. So I can sit down there while it's playing. Perfect. You know what? And when I make more money, I'll invest in a bigger one. But yeah, turn it on. It's going to try to connect to my Bluetooth. But I'm going to turn aux on. Go to aux. My volume is going to be at 14. My Chromebook says it's connected. Okay, so it seems as is my left side playing? What the heck? Guys, I'm confused. Hold on. The car's playing, but I need to see if the right and left side are playing. So I'll come back here. Lift open. I know the right side's playing. I can feel my doors bumping. But I'm gonna come back here. Gosh darn it. Okay, I have my panel ripped open. Let's continue playing this. Yeah, a little bit of confusion. We don't have the left side playing. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, so my right side will play, but my left side will not. And I think I know the mistake right here. There's open copper, not insulated, and it's probably touching all this other copper, getting grounded. That is a big no-no. So, how shall we do this? Okay, so I just tried the best that I can. Just wrap tape around that little piece. And it seems good for now. We're gonna find out right now. Plug it back on in. Now before I ripped it open, both speakers did work. So I know they both work. Open it on up. Turn my stereo on. Still on aux. Well, gosh darn it. It connected to my sound bar. Okay, guys, so yeah, my left side won't play, but I do not believe in giving up. I think it is this solid color cord. So what we're gonna do is rip the whole thing off, go plug it back in, and see if we're gonna find out which side is which side, basically. So if it still plays the right side, then we know that it is this cord that we need to fix. How the heck am I gonna... I don't think there is getting any heat shrink off, is there? No, there's not. Okay. Hold on, guys. Okay, well, I pulled it apart, so we're gonna go plug it back in. And if my right side still plays, then it was that cord all along. So it's disconnected right now. Plug her in. Turn the head unit on. Okay. Gosh darn it, will it stop connecting to my sound bar? Ooh, interesting. Okay. So guys, that same exact wire that I was talking about, I chopped it off, went and tried to play music in it, didn't play at all. Even when I plugged it in, the speakers went a little, but it didn't do anything. Like, absolutely nothing. Didn't play anything. And I go reconnect that wire, make sure it's so good, and check this out, guys. To be honest, I don't understand an auxiliary cord, but one wire just made them both play. Let's check it out. That unit plugged on. It is at 23. Oh, that reads, I would say. No, it doesn't, because I done messed it up. Gosh darn it, hold on. To be honest, guys, I was just about to show you me playing my speakers until I showed you me unplugging it from the Chromebook and plugging it back in. I don't think the aux cord works anymore. I may have just broke it, because it will not read the aux cord anymore. My Chromebook won't. So I may have just messed up this whole thing. Yeah, guys, I'm just going to end it here. That's actually freaking heartbreaking. I had it working, and I must have freaking broke it by plugging it in and out of my Chromebook. I'm going to keep... Oh, it's stressful. It's stressful. It literally just made me so mad. I had it working. I fixed it. I made that connection way better. I went and plugged it in. My speaker started playing. I got excited. Came and shown you that it's reading the auxiliary cord. I plugged it in, made a pop noise, and it didn't read it. And I'm just upset now. 27 minutes video. Took an hour for me to do this, and it literally was just working. I just had it working, and now I'm confused. I'm going to try to rip open the whole thing again and put it back together. Yeah, I'm looking back over it. I have perfect connections. I just ripped the whole thing open. I must have broke something. I'm gonna just go get an aux cord. This video sadly failed. I'm still gonna post it. Because it was working. Makes me really sad. I'll be back with another video with a new aux cord. It makes me mad. Goodbye, guys.